stress if we don't do something about it. Actually, stress is good. We have to have it. You know, when we no longer have stress, we're a flatliner. It's just what we do with it, how we manage it, how we carry it, how we care for it, how we care for ourselves, okay? We've got to have it. It's part of our life, okay? Let's go ahead and squeeze and bring shoulders up and take them down. It was part of us in the womb, you know, whenever our mothers were experiencing something, you know, we felt that as well. And believe me, and believe you, you were there. Josephine, I know, I was there. And giving birth is stressful. Being birth is stressful. There we go. And then let's just go back and forth and moving from my waist. I'm lifting a shoulder up and I'm taking it down. And I'm getting into my waistline. And I'm kind of at the edge of my chair so my feet can be grounded. So feel comfortable, whatever that might be for you. Now let's take it, roll the shoulder back and come over. And roll this one forward and come over. Let's see if we can coordinate our snaky little arms and shoulders like that. And now we're going to reverse this one and take this one forward. So we're doing the opposite, whichever one and way you were going. And I'm still moving through my side body. So I am getting some core work here. And then coming back to stillness, letting my hands come down, my palms open up, and just lifting forward, my hands towards you, yours towards me. Reaching out and exhale. Let's take them down. Let's take them past just being straight down to wherever it feels right for you to extend your arms back so that your heart comes forward. And then come down with fingers straight down, turn palms, lift up, maybe a little bit more with a gaze. And then come on down, palms down and back, pulling arms back, letting your heart come forward and then bring. That's my inhale. This is my exhale. Maybe take my chin down when I squeeze my arms and shoulders back and then lifting up. Feeling that all throughout your chest wall and your shoulders and your neck. One more cycle here, lifting, looking. Exhale, releasing, letting go. Come back into straight spine. Let's find our hands on our knees or wherever they land when your arms are straight. And let's do a few cat-cows and let's rock with it. So when I pull forward, I'm going to come on the balls of my feet, okay? So heart forward, balls of my feet, lifting up the bridge my nose, and then coming down, come onto my heels, lift the balls of my feet, and bring myself chin to chest, shoulders pulled down. And then come to neutral, flat feet, straight spine. Then rise up from your heels. Let your heart come forward, shoulders down, gaze up. And on an exhale, moving through neutral and then back onto heels and curl and tuck and round. Shoulders pulled down. Keep going. You guys got that. Rocking on our feet. As we cat-cow. The last reminder to yourself when you're in cat is pull shoulders down. And they should be pulling down when you come into cat-cow as well. Let's do one more set. Lots of good heart opening for all of us, but especially Josephine. It's going to go into a place that is supposed to be celebratory, celebratory, to a place that's going to be celebratory also of life, right? Those that are living, those that are not, the times that we've shared, and the times that we may not share now, right? Because one individual's gone. Lift up, inhale. But then that's when we come to memories. Exhale over. Let's do this with breath. Inhale. Exhale. Your breath, okay? So you'll be a little different than me. I'm utilizing the chair legs. I kind of hold on as I lift up to lengthen a little bit more. And I slide down to keep myself in good alignment there and protect it too. Supportive and safe. It's really important in our practice, so that we practice in a healthy, strong, good way today, so that we can practice in a even healthier, stronger way tomorrow. One more set. The slower you move, that means you're really taking those deep, full, slow breaths. And exhale, come on down. And I'm going to take my right arm, it doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to just wrap over, holding onto my left hip or opposite hip. Let my other arm come up, come on over, exhale. And then bring myself up and take my arm to the chair behind me, the seat behind me, holding on my hip and coming on back into a twist. And bringing myself on back forward, releasing both arms, lift, inhale. Exhale. Now my left is going to cross to my right hip. Maybe that's opposite for you. And my right arm lifts, lengthens. Come on over. Rising on an in-breath. That hand maybe bends first and comes back so we don't overdo in the shoulder joint, okay? And then go ahead and take your look over that back shoulder. And then bringing yourself forward. So far we've kept our legs in this neutral position, right? Knees coming out of hips and knees above ankles. And now I'm going to bring my left foot in. Either one doesn't matter. So it's going to be internally rotated. I'm going to cross over if that's available to you, or you lower that leg down, okay? And from here, again, I'm at the edge of my seat. I'm just going to take some pulses, right? You might notice I'm kind of lifting up and down because when I pulse my legs together, my glutes are pulsing too, okay? And I am getting stronger legs and stronger gluteal muscles by doing this. Now I'm just going to squeeze inward. Adduction, okay? Bringing everything inward. Yep. And release that. Good. And then from here, let's take our eagle arms. Rise up, inhale. Exhale. My right leg is on top. My right arm is going under. Maybe that's opposite for you. Take yourself here first. Pull down those shoulders as we were trying to remind ourselves to do before. Okay. Pull down, flex into that top foot. And then lift your elbows a bit and arc into your spine a bit, looking up. And then pull yourself down. Pull those elbows into your navel point and curl in. With an exhale, pull down on those shoulders. Come back into neutral. Bring those elbows up again. Arc one more time in your spine. Looking up only with the bridge of your nose, not collapsing or compressing a lot into that lower neck area. And then let's release on down. Shoulders pull down. Good. And then coming on up, take your arms, if this is available, into that wrap for eagle. Coming up, and let's take 2 circles in one direction. And 2 circles in that other direction. Use your breath. Lifting up, inhale. Point now in your upper foot and take your elbows towards your knees. They may not land there. Pull in at your navel, curl and tuck and round your spine. And then bring yourself up into straight. Flex your foot, lift your arms. And one more time, point into your foot or demi-point into the ball of your foot. Curl and tuck and round, shoulders pull down, and bring yourself up. And let's release those arms and let them just float. Let that blood, rich oxygen flow through our arms. It's been kind of constricted with that, those eagle arms there. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then before we switch legs, just take that ankle and let's make some rotations with it, okay? So we can get out any of those little clicks that might be in there. We can walk freer today. And let's go ahead and take circles and go around the other way. I love this. I can see my doggies looking at me. Oh, Bruno. He's a good boy. And then take this leg off of the other. Let's take knees and feet out before we go to the other side. Feet are flat, knees are in. Again, some internal rotation here in our hips. Interlace, push away. Your hands towards me, mine towards you. Lift, maybe just at an angle. Lift to where it feels like your shoulders are willing to go. When you get there, wherever it is, take some circles with your arms, shoulders, maybe that whole torso. Make this little halo over your head. Because somos ángeles. And let's go around in the other way. One more circle. Lifting. And take hands down. Go ahead and open up those knees. Walk your feet back in. And now my right foot is taking the ground. My left foot is coming over. Okay. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and do those squeezes into glutes. Maybe more than into legs. You could just kind of see me popping up. Those are my muscles engaging, okay? As I squeeze legs together, squeeze into the glutes. Maybe feel that later on today. And then coming down, releasing in the glutes, but squeezing, adducting my legs, okay? Bringing them in, squeezing there. Foot can be flexed to have more engagement there. And then, exhale, release. And let's go ahead and lift our arms up, inhale. And exhale, come on down. My left leg is on top, so my left arm goes under and make that X. Come into my shoulders, pull down, look down, curl, tuck, rounding into myself. Bring my spine to straight, elbows lift. I look up with the bridge of my nose. On an inhale, and then on an exhale, let me take myself down, pulling shoulders down as my elbows pull down, as my chin tucks. Squeeze that thigh weight. Bring yourself up. Repeat. Inhale. And exhale. Taking myself back into center, neutral, release arms. Find any attachment you can with forearms coming closer together, palms coming closer together. And let's take this side, 2 circles, one way and to the other. You may think, well, we did that on the other side. But it's different because our arms are interlaced in a different way. So we're getting just a little bit of a differential there in what we do with our bodies. So we inhale, lift here, and we exhale, curl in, take our elbow to our knee, maybe chin to chest, and then releasing, come on up, inhale. And you can point through your foot, demi point or flex, but maybe just keep it active or not. There's always the or not, okay? There's always the, I'm just gonna sit and be in a nice mountain pose, keeping my back straight and focused on my breath. One more. And then bringing myself back into center here, releasing my arms, let them go. Let's take fingers and flick and raise them on up and take them down, flicking as we go. One more set, rising up. And again, you may just rise up to a V. Maybe your fingers don't reach all the way to the ceiling. Just take them to where your shoulders feel that that's right for you. Shake them out. And let's take some circles with this ankle. Okay. I know sometimes I either get out of order or I forget the order of what we've done. But when I can remember the order, it's like, yay, this yoga is good for my brain too, helping me to communicate what we're doing and help me to follow my train of thought. So it's really beneficial for me. And then let's go ahead and separate our legs. And instead of keeping them internally rotated, let's go to an external rotation. And we're going to do that by coming into figure 4. All right, so we can work into our pigeon. So I've got both feet to begin with flat on the ground. Spine is straight, core is engaged. Just because I'm not leaning back on that chair, I've got to stay engaged. My shoulders had a lot of chance today to relax. So it's coming a little more natural now to just let that melt away. I'm going to leave my left foot down and pick my right foot up. If it's not available for you to do this, find a chair, place your leg on the chair, place it down on the shin of your foot that's still grounded there, right? And just, again, lift into your spine and out through the crown of your head, okay? And flexing into your foot, you're gonna feel this even more back in here, right? I just did pigeon today in my morning class, but that was the forward pigeon where you're pretty much forward on your hands. And anyways, it's one that is not my favorite pigeon to do, but it's also works right in here. Okay, so this is a pigeon you can lay down and do this too in bed. You might try this. Okay, a foot is down and you just make that figure 4 and you can feel that. And then from here, let's go ahead and bring our body weight forward just a bit. Keep your back straight. So I'm pulling on my shin to help me lengthen my spine, okay? If I didn't, I'd be kind of more like this. I'm gonna pull, lengthen, shoulders pull down. I feel my tailbone really shooting back, crown at an angle coming forward, okay? So I'm not rolling into my spine, I'm keeping it straight. If you want, only if you want, you can begin to take your arms over that leg. Now you can ground. And if you want, you can hang and dangle. Only letting your head come down if that feels good for you. Your weight is forward. You're feeling that on the outside part of your hip, or you're staying with a nice straight spine, or maybe just a little curve in it and not really taking yourself very far forward, okay? Find what's right for you on that beautiful spectrum. And then bring yourself up. Okay, straight spine. Come all the way up. That should feel good. Outside hip, take that leg down. And then let's just go and do a little bit of the Charleston a bit, where we're opening and closing. Yeah. Moving our hands. Right. There you go. And now we're going to do the opposites. My right foot is going to stay grounded, flat-footed, okay? And picking up the other leg to any place. It's going to give me an external rotation here, maybe all the way up here, okay? If I flex, feel it more. Release, don't feel it as much, but you're still getting something. So see where you want to maintain your pigeon, okay, or figure 4 position. Lengthen, and again, here, if I don't use my hands here, it's like, here, I can hold on, kind of push down a little bit, and also at the same time lifting a little bit so that I can really extend. And as I do, I'm opening this side a little bit more, okay? And breathing. And now I'm going to bring myself forward with a straight spine, okay? Really holding on here, straight spine. If I didn't hold on again, I'd collapse. Hold on, pull, lengthen, okay? Straight spine, leave it there. Leave your weight forward or pull back, okay? Some of you may not want to come back forward anymore because you've got enough sensation in that outside hip. If you want more, and again, the spectrum, right? From less to more, you can go ahead and take your arms down. Maybe you have blocks, you can take your fingers onto the blocks, or you can let yourself release. Heavy head down, chin to chest. Breathing here. One more big breath wherever you are. And then coming back into straight spine, your hands come to your shins and then lift yourself up. Nice. And let's go ahead and take that leg down. And let's just part the feet a bit. And again, just do a little bit of this crossing over, which is so good for our brain and our hemispheres. And we open and we close, go from external to internal, hands moving. I'm switching one hand on top and then switching the other hand on top. There we go. And then let's just take a little bit of movement and rocking on my sits bones. Okay. I'm letting my shoulders maybe lead the way, maybe elbows lead the way, maybe head lead the way. Okay. Just move to whatever feels right for you, because we've been staying in static positions. There we go. All right, good. Now we're going to go ahead and open up a little bit more, and we'll do a little work standing here in a bit. Go ahead and find yourself, though, for now, nicely planted, and your feet are grounded, and we've got heels in, toes out, knees in the same direction as our toes. Our spine is long and straight, and we're going to go ahead and take forearm down onto thigh, and lift this arm up, inhale. And let's hold into here a bit. See if we can open up a little bit more room in between our ribs, extending a little bit more. Let's take a look up. You're smelling your armpit, and then take your look down. One more time, take your look up. And take it on down. And then lifting up, both arms up, airplane here, and I'm pulling left, and I'm pulling right. Going back and forth again, working into our obliques, our core, okay? Something so simple will really strengthen our abdominals. Coming back into center, I'm going to release this forearm onto thigh, let it rest there. This arm lifts, and I'm coming over, yeah. Keeping my sits bones grounded, feet of my spine grounded, keeping the feet of my legs grounded. Yet reaching, 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 and lengthening, 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 using breath. One more time, really lengthen here. Come on down. Nice. Bring yourself up. This time, both arms upward. Lengthen. Exhale, cactus. Coming into goddess pose. See if you can find or feel if your elbows are at about shoulder height. Okay. Feet flat, knees out. And take your hands behind your head. And let's just lean over. Don't need to necessarily take that elbow to the leg. Just lean over to one side. Bring yourself up, pull shoulders down and back. And take yourself over to the other direction. Lift up on an inhale. Inhale, pull the elbows back. Exhale, curl, tuck, round. Elbows come in, round that spine now. Lift up with elbows straight, spine open up, heart just a bit here, and then curl into yourself. Inhale, look, lift, exhale, curl, tuck. One more time. With your breath. Taking yourself up, arms come out, hands come down. And let's keep our hands on our thighs. I'm going to lean my body forward. I'm going to take weight into my feet. If you want to stay seated, you can do that. I'm going to come on up. And I'm going to lift my spine straight. If you're seated, you can still do this seated. Take one arm up, inhale, and take it down. So seesawing back and forth with breath. Forgetting about our legs. Opening up side body. One more time each side. Good. And then start to straighten out those legs. There you go. Good. And let's take them in just a little bit. Heel toe them in. So we're still, wider than hips distance. I would just take my hips and bend slightly into my knees and take some circles, big ones with my hips, bigger than we can take when we're seated, right? Because we're not able to really get into all of our hip area because we're seated and we're kind of locked into place. Keep on going around and the other way. That looks good, you guys. Yeah, feels good too. Just to release. And then shake it out and straighten your legs into this V shape, okay? And let's see if we can mimic that opening with our arms. Saw a cute movie last night with, oh God, now what's her name? Can't think of it. But anyways, it was, I'm liking that there's some older people making movies about things that we consider in our older life, right? Diane Keaton, it was a Netflix. Go ahead and take your hands back here again. And let's just take a twist. And she moved into a retirement center home area and started a club. And it was the cheerleading club because she had never gotten to realize her dream of being a cheerleader as a young person. So anyways, it was just kind of cute. And not real intellectually stimulating, but cute. One more time each side. We don't always have to be intellectually stimulated. There we go. Go ahead and turn those feet back out just a little bit. And we're going to bend into the knees and lift up. Inhale. I want to make those circles now. So we're going back and forth before. Now we're just going to make circles. Come as deep or not as you want to come, okay? Same with those circles. Maybe they're just little circles, okay? And not just, I need to get rid of that word just, because then it means that it's less than. But, whatever feels right. I'm going to turn my arms and go around the other way, okay? Think of that spectrum. Everything has its place. And sometimes one of our body parts are going to be at one place on the spectrum and then just come on up to here. And keeping arms right here, okay? So in other words, I'm going to come over, but I'm not going to go like this with my arms. They're going to stay straight out from my shoulders. And I'm just going to tip, okay? Just tip. Bring yourself up. Arms are locked into place. And just tip at the hip. Tip at the hip. Tip at the waist. Inhale, come up. Exhale, tip. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, the other side. One more time each side. Good. And we have found ourselves in five-pointed star. We're going to go ahead and do there we go. We're going to do a warrior pose, standing, okay? So I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to turn the toes out, okay? I think you guys can see that. And I'm going to keep my arms open. I'm going to bend slightly into that front knee and maybe move this leg out more. I don't want this knee to, see how it's going past the ankle? Don't want that. Either right on top or maybe you haven't quite gotten it there. Doesn't matter, but just don't bypass it, okay? Inhale here. This is our warrior here, warrior 2. And then take arms down and lengthen that leg. Inhale. And when I come back, don't bypass that ankle, okay? So just training myself to go in and out of warrior 2 standing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale back into warrior 2. And from here, hand comes onto your thigh. The other arm reaches up really long here. Maybe you come here only if that feels right for you. Maybe you take your arm over into extended side angle. Okay. It is strengthening our legs a little bit more than we would in the chair. Although in the chair, on out of it, press, you can still get this, but you've got to really make that connection with your foot to the ground, okay? So coming back in to five-pointed star, this is symmetrical, right? not asymmetrical. When we move into warrior two, that takes us into an asymmetrical pose. This is very symmetrical, right? If I cut myself down the middle, mostly it would seem about the same one side and the other. But take these toes now, turn them out. I've already become asymmetrical by doing that. Bending into the knee, just heard a little crack there. Make sure you've got a wide enough stance. The back toes are still towards me, okay? Wide enough stance that you feel like you could stay there forever and never realize the time, okay? A great Bob Dylan line. So here we are, exhale, and then inhale. Just lengthen leg, let your hands come down, exhale, and inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Again, just mindfully keeping your knee from bypassing your ankle. And one more time. Staying here in warrior two, taking this hand down and this one up, or this arm, forearm down, this arm up, or this arm over. You have all kinds of choices here, okay? Take the one that's right for you, not necessarily what I'm doing, but what feels good for you, okay? Extended side angle. And then I come back up, warrior two, straighten that leg, toes come forward, walk my feet in, or just pick them up. And let's just do a little bit of walking here, coming into our legs and shaking them out a bit. And then finding the chair. One more time. Find it. We're not going to stay here for long. I want you to find the chair. We're going to work on those legs a little bit more. I want you to have your legs a little bit open, okay? A little bit, maybe the distance of your chair legs. I'm going to lean forward. Have my hands on my knees. I'm going to step up, but I'm going to stay squatted, okay? I'm going to step up. I'm going to get up out of the chair, and then I'm going to put my seat back on the chair. Please make sure it's there, okay? Please make sure it's there. And let's do that another couple times, practicing this lifting out of the chair. You know, my mother doesn't get up and down very much anymore. She can hardly get herself out of a chair because her legs have gotten so weak. And so someone there would just get her up and get her walking. And there are people that offer, but she says no, and they won't like push the limits, which I would, because I took her for a walk. Get that walker out even. She goes pretty good with the walker. Lifting up, taking yourself down. Let's do that 2 more times, and just consciously thinking about that as you go through your day. Say, you know what? I want to be able to get my butt out of my chair by myself. Right? I want to be able to get myself off the floor by myself, whatever that might be. And then come on down. I remember we were doing some work with one of my teachers from Mexico. We were having a workshop. Let's go ahead and walk our legs in so that they connect our legs together. And there was a 92-year-old woman, her name, or her age was, and we were doing some work on the floor. So everybody's ready to help her get down on the floor. Yeah, she got down like easier than most everybody else, got herself back up, and she's still going strong. I just checked in about her the other day with a friend of mine. Take your hands behind you on your chair, press down, fingers or away from you, and you're just giving your arms a little bit of weight bearing by letting your weight come on them. If that's a lot on your wrists, take yourself to your fists and push down, okay? So don't aggravate your wrists by any weight bearing that's not necessary. And then take yourself back into straight spine. And I'm going to go ahead and extend out one leg and then the other so that I've got straight legs forward, holding onto chair so I'm not going anywhere. Don't slide off your chair, okay? And then take your upper body back. So I'm holding on to the sides of my chair. Take my upper body back slowly touch my shoulders to the back of the chair, okay? Then I pull myself up with my core strength. Take myself back. Exhale. Bring myself up. Inhale. Core strength, okay? So it's not just the leg strength. It's keeping my mom from getting up. It's core strength. It's everything. Arms. She can't, push herself. She's doing it still, but it's a struggle. And I know that happens eventually, but and she can be ornery. She can be stubborn, as we all are, right? We gotta let people be who they are as they age. But then sometimes also we have to start to look after them maybe a little bit more than they're willing or wanting to do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn over to one side of my chair here, sitting up straight and tall, right? And I'm going to take my hands to the back of my chair, keeping my gaze forward. Already, I have begun that twist. If you want to go farther, you begin to take your hat and you look over the back shoulder. And then you may feel it a little more in your whole thoracic area, through your ribs, down into your waist. And taking yourself on back around, let your head go, let your arms go. Come into this side view and let's take 4 rounds of just a regular cat and cow. You all know what to do with that. How to follow your breath. How to not rush your breath. And I may just have done 5 rounds. I lose track of time when I'm doing cat and cow. Good. And then let's go ahead and take ourselves back to the front and move ourselves over to the side. Find that straight spine first, right? Straight spine, feet are planted, and then take my hands and come to that back of the chair, okay? Straight spine, I'm already in a twist. If I want to go more, I take my head and I look back. And I keep going into the waist a little bit more, only using any leverage in the chair that might feel like something I want to do, place I want to go. Always lengthening spine though in a twist, not coming into being compressed. And then begin to let my head go and bring myself around. 4 rounds, cat and cow. Coming into the quietness of your breath. Bringing your body up. And let's go ahead and take ourselves forward. All right. From here, let's take our legs a little bit wide. Let's take our arms up. Take right under left. And find your movement, your flow. Seaweed Asana. Your breath should be with you. This is a good one. Just close your eyes. Not be concerned about how you look or anybody else looks. Good. And then releasing arms, exhale. Arms rise up. And exhale, left under right. Find you guys. Find your Garasana arms. Find your seaweed. We've done some freestyle movements today. We've done some static holds, not holding breath, but holding posture. We've done vinyasa flows. Stretches, lengthenings, twists. Coming back in the center. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. From here, left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left elbow. Lift, inside body. Come on over, exhale. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, take it over. Rise up, arms lift. Exhale, taking left over, right, under, elbow to elbow, and let's take that over to one side. Pull the shoulder down. See how it wants to come up? Pull it down, lengthen out. Hold and breathe. Good, and then releasing, arms up. Right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right elbow, lengthen side body, press into feet on the earth. Come on over, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, over. Inhale, rise. Arms come up. Right comes over, left comes under. Take a hold, elbow to elbow. Pull this shoulder down and take ourselves over just a bit. Opening up into that shoulder. You can keep your gaze forward. Take it left or right, whatever feels good for you. And releasing, arms come down. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Inhale. One more time, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, interlace behind you or hands on hips or waist, okay? Big heart opening for Josephine and her family. Look up, chin up. And for Lori too. And thank you for offering your heart in my direction also. And then bring yourself up. So not ignoring you, Lori, I'm just throwing that out because of everything Josephine's about to come into place in her heart. Yeah. All right, I've got something I want to read to you at the end here. It's something that I have hanging right behind me that I doubt really ever gets read very often. You know, I used to have, when I was having a lot of Temescals, people would come in here and change, and I was always hoping they would read this. But a friend gave it to me, so I thought I'd share it with you. Greetings and thanks to each other as people, to the Earth Mother of all greetings and thanks, to all the waters, waterfalls and rain, rivers and oceans, greetings and thanks, to all the fish and life, greetings and thanks, the grains and greens, beans and berries, as one we send thanks to food plants, medicine herbs of the world and their keepers, greetings and thanks, to all animals and their teachings, greetings and thanks. The trees for shelter and shade, fruit and beauty, greetings and thanks. To all birds, large and small, joyful greetings and thanks. And from the four directions, the four winds, thank you for purifying the air we breathe and giving us strength. Greetings. The thunders, our grandfathers in the sky, we hear your voices. Greetings and thanks. And now the sun, for the light of a new day and all the fires of life. Greetings and thanks. To our oldest grandmother, the moon, leader of women all over the world, and the stars for the mystery, beauty, and guidance. Greetings and thanks. To our teachers from all times, reminding us of how to live in harmony. Greetings and thanks. And for all the gifts of creation, for all the love around us, greetings and thanks. And for that which is forgotten, we remember. We end our words. Now our